If you watch the first part, then you already made the mistake, because what was inside that video was never supposed to be seen twice. And once you watch it, it doesn't stay there. It follows, it learns, and eventually, it replaces. He didn't sleep, not even for a second. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw Alina sitting in that chair, whispering to something behind her, something that wasn't supposed to exist. The friend sat in his car outside his apartment building as the sun came up. He told himself it was over, that whatever happened inside Alina's apartment stayed there, that it was just fear, just stress, just a mind trying to understand something it couldn't. But deep down, he knew that wasn't true, because when he looked in his rearview mirror, he didn't see just himself. For a split second, something stood behind him, too tall, too still, and then it was gone. By afternoon, he gave in. Curiosity is stronger than fear. It always is. That's why people open doors they shouldn't. Why they watch things they shouldn't. Why they go back. He returned to Alina's apartment. The door was still unlocked, the lights still on. Nothing moved. Nothing changed. Except the silence felt heavier, like the room itself knew he was back, waiting. The camera was exactly where he left it, still pointed at the chair, still recording, red light blinking, slow, steady, alive. The footage is different now. He pressed play. At first, it looked the same. Alina sitting, hands shaking, eyes darting behind her, whispering things too quiet to understand. But then, he noticed something new. The timing was off, movements slightly delayed, like the video wasn't just playing, it was reacting. He leaned closer. On the screen, the shadow behind Alina moved, not forward, not closer, but sideways, as if adjusting to see him better. He froze, his breath caught in his throat. He slowly leaned back. On the screen, the shadow leaned back too, perfectly synced, not with Alina, with him. That's when it clicked. The thing in the video was no longer focused on her. It was focused on him. He kept watching, because by now, he couldn't stop. Alina's posture shifted, her head tilted slowly, too far, too unnatural. Her lips moved again, but this time, the sound came through clearly. It's not behind me anymore. A pause. Then, it's behind you. The friend turned instantly. Nothing. Empty apartment. Still. But the air felt wrong. Thicker, like breathing through something heavy. He looked back at the screen. Alina was gone. The chair empty. The shadow gone too. For a moment, everything was still. Then, the camera angle shifted, slightly, without being touched. The video cut, static. Then, a new recording appeared. Same room, same camera, but different time, night, completely dark, except for one thing. The door, slowly opening. Something entered the frame, not walking, not moving normally, sliding, like it wasn't bound by the same rules. Tall, too tall for the doorway, its head tilted sideways, limbs slightly too long, and where its face should be, nothing clear, just distortion, like reality itself refused to show it properly. The figure stopped in the center of the room. Then, it moved its head, exactly like Alina did. That same unnatural angle, that same broken motion. And then, it spoke, but not with its own voice, with hers. You watched. The friend's phone rang. He didn't want to answer, but he did, because something inside him needed to know. Silence, then breathing, slow, close, and then, not from the phone. From behind him, you see me now. He dropped the phone, turned, nothing there, but something brushed past him, not physically, but enough to feel, like air shifting around a body that shouldn't exist. He stumbled backward, hit the wall. The camera behind him was now facing him. He didn't touch it. He didn't move it, but it was pointed directly at him, recording. And on the small screen, he saw himself, standing there, frozen. And behind him, for the first time, he saw it clearly, closer than ever, almost touching him. It doesn't stay in the video. The video is just how it learns, how it watches, how it finds the next person. And once you see it, it no longer needs the screen. Days later, the police came back. Neighbors reported noise, a phone ringing endlessly, lights still on. They entered the apartment. Everything looked normal, except there were now 2 cameras, one facing the room, one facing the door, both recording. They checked the footage. At first, nothing. Empty apartment, still, silent, until the friend walked into frame, slow, unnatural, his head tilted, just like Alina's. He sat in the chair, same position, same stillness, same empty stare, and then he looked directly into the camera and smiled, not like himself, not human. His lips moved, and the officers watching the footage later would all report the same thing. They heard it clearly, even though there was no sound. "You're next,"